Hey guys, it's the Lermz. How is it going? This is just a video that's going to be part of kind of just a random series of videos of things I just want to talk about, things going on in my life, things that are bothering me, that sort of thing. But I first thought that maybe I should give a little background about myself to start this off. I haven't really done that for the videos that I've made so far. I've kind of just jumped in and made some inspiring videos, some Notre Dame videos, that sort of thing. And I'll continue to do that. But I think it's important to kind of give a background of my life and what's going on here. So I think for this episode, I'm actually going to start kind of at the point of life where we're at right now. So, you know, I'm 29. I just turned 29 in September. So it's kind of the point where you ask yourself, have you done everything that you've wanted to accomplish? You know, you kind of go through life with certain goals and certain things you want to achieve, right? So, you know, usually after college, that's when you want to kind of tackle these goals because you're still young. You know, you're around 22, 23. You've got a lot of time, you know, that you can devote to things because you might not be married at that time. You might not have kids. You know, you just have a bunch of goals. And if you work in a corporate setting, usually you have kind of like a 5-year plan or 10-year plan. You set down what your career goals are, what some of your life goals are, how you're going to achieve it, what classes you might take, what training you might take, what steps you can take to get there, and you try to plan it out as much as possible, right? So you can do this both for your work life and for your actual life. So you have this plan, right? And you think, oh great, I'm gonna achieve it. And you know, what I found is that just doesn't work. You know, for whatever reason, life just throws a lot of different curveballs at you. Nothing really goes to plan. It's not to say that, you know, everything's not going to go to plan. You know, you will have some things on your whatever career plan that you make. Some of it will happen. But for the majority of things that occur in life, it's kind of unexpected. I mean, if you think about it, unless you're actively trying to get pregnant, for example, sometimes it's just a surprise. I mean, you could be, you know, you're married and you just never know when it will happen. You know, you might have one kid, you might have 2 kids, you know, you might have quintuplets, I don't know. But life is just unexpected. And I've seen a lot of articles lately, you know, by 28, 29-year-olds, 30-year-olds, talking about how life isn't what they expected. And, you know, I can relate to that as well. You know, going out of college, I graduated with an information technology management degree, and I thought that I was going to be doing more programming than I thought I was, because I really enjoyed programming. I enjoyed doing website design, website programming, even doing some C++ and some Excel-based macros as well. And, you know, I really enjoyed that. But coming out of college, you know, I went into a leadership program and I went directly into a project management route. And so, you know, it kind of took me on a different path, and it wasn't a bad path to take, but it was just something a little unexpected. And, you know, I've continued along that path. I'm a program manager now, and you know, it's been good. I couldn't have imagined that I would work from home and be able to do that. And it's actually been a really big blessing to be able to do that, because for the past few years it's been incredibly difficult kind of dealing with some medical things with my wife, Krista Rose. So for those of you that don't know her, she actually has quite a few autoimmune illnesses. She has lupus and fibromyalgia and Crohn's disease. And she also has migraines, and she's got a couple other things, secondary adrenal insufficiency. It seems like the list kind of grows each year with things that are discovered. And, I don't think that the doctors have found everything quite yet, but at least here in California, it seems like we do have some great doctors that we've been getting in touch with to deal with some of those issues. But I just wanted to say how incredibly difficult it is to deal with medical issues. Not only just from a financial perspective, because it costs a lot. We do hit our out-of-pocket maximum each year, but still there are other costs that aren't covered by medical insurance that you still have to incur. Traveling to different places. We go to Santa Barbara for our for a lot of our appointments in the Sansum Clinic, and that's a lot of gas, and that's a lot of time that we have to put into doing that. But we do that for the doctor coverage. But aside from the financial things, you also have to deal with just on a daily basis. People judging you. People worrying about you, that sort of thing. The judging is a big thing. With autoimmune illnesses, it's kind of a hidden disease, right? You can't really physically see things on a person that has like lupus or fibromyalgia. You kind of can for lupus if they are kind of in advanced stages, because you will see kind of like a butterfly rash on their head or on their face. But for the most part, you don't see the fatigue and the headaches and the fevers and the joint pains, and there's a lot that goes on, and it's considered to be hidden because you can't physically see it, and because of that, a lot of people kind of judge, right? We have a handicap placard for Krista Rose, and I can't tell you the amount of times that people have looked at us funny because we're two young people and we're taking a handicap spot. And even if we have a handicap tag, we're judged, right? Because why would you do that? It's only reserved for like old people that have issues with mobility. And it's a judgment that's hard to do, or hard to deal with, because it's not just at the parking lot. It's in the stores when Krista Rose has to use a wheelchair, and she does that because she has a hard time walking around for long distances. And if you go to a grocery store, you're going to be walking around browsing food items and collecting them into your cart. And so sometimes we use the wheelchair in order for her to get around. Sometimes she'll walk for a little bit, and I'll push around the wheelchair until she needs it, and then she'll sit down, and we'll do it again. And that's just kind of what we need to do because of her condition. But I can't even tell you how many stares and how the number of people that have really looked at us funny and have silently kind of judged us for that. And this whole process is very, very difficult and very hard to talk about as well, because a lot of people just don't understand how things can change very quickly. So, most people that are sick, that might not have autoimmune illnesses, they could be sick for, a certain period of time, and it doesn't change, like you're constantly sick, right? But for autoimmune illnesses, you can feel okay, for 1 hour, and then the next hour you could feel like crap. To be honest, sorry to be blunt, but you can go from feeling great to really bad. And it's not just every hour. That could even happen every half hour, every 10 minutes. It really changes with each person, and it's different with each person, and that's why it's so difficult to pinpoint what's really going on. Doctors have a difficult time because each person is unique, and each case is unique, and each person has a different set of autoimmune illnesses that could be affecting them. It's not just lupus. It could be the lupus, it could be the fibromyalgia, it could be the Crohn's, it could be any of those in Krista's cases. It could be a combination of two of them. She might have an infection on top of that. Like, it's very hard to determine what the real cause of something that's happening is, and for the most part, we have some go-to medicines to take care of flares and stuff, but we truly don't know what is really affecting her most of the time. And I think that's the hard part, and I think that's why we're still searching for answers to what's going on. Is there something central that's affecting everything, and all the other diseases are kind of attributed to that? Or is it just there's a lot going on and we just have to be diligent about noting down all of our symptoms and giving that to the doctor so that he can figure out the best way to proceed from there? We still don't know. Krista Rose has a lot of medicine that she takes every day. It's like, I'd say about 20 medicines, between the morning medicines and the evening ones. So it's a lot of medicines, and we're constantly trying to figure out ways to reduce that amount. We've tried kind of natural ways like acupuncture, and that seems to have helped a lot. Other supplements as well, just more natural things instead of having so many medicines, because while each of them could help, I don't know if we truly know how all of them are affecting each other. Like, is one of them kind of creating other side effects that another one's trying to take care of? With that many medicines, I know that the pharmacist is trying to do the best that he or she can, but with that many medicines, it's a lot, right? So, that's kind of the battle that we've had for the past few years, and I'll keep these videos kind of short, around the 15-minute mark. But I just wanted to kind of give you a little background of who we are, who I am, who both me and my wife are, and some of the difficulties that we're going through. So you'll see in these videos that I'll talk a little bit about how it is to be, a caregiver, and how difficult it is, and how we get judged all the time. I could probably talk for like 5 or 6 episodes about insurance and how it is dealing with that, or dealing with Social Security, disability, because those institutions are messed up. We have waited for long periods of time, to even get heard for those disability claims, and in a couple cases, we get they accept the claim, but then they go back and they reject the claim months later and stuff. It's the whole insurance thing is just it's something that needs to be addressed, I think. Because there are some people that are gaming the system, but in our case, we truly are not gaming the system, and we can't get, the benefits that are supposed to be coming, from autoimmune illnesses, because they are lifelong things. They are not illnesses that are, curable in a short period of time, and, warrant getting the benefits taken away and stuff. But that will be for another day. So anyway, I hope this video is kind of informative, and you can get a look on who I am and who we are as a couple and why we're doing these YouTube videos. I just want to kind of share our story, and I'll continue to do that in the next couple of videos, as well as just talking about random things. And of course, I'll continue doing the inspirational videos and Notre Dame videos, even though we have a losing season. But I'll continue these regular kind of podcast things, and hopefully you enjoy it. And comment if you would like to, or like or share our video. We would really appreciate it. We're starting from scratch, and it's just a little difficult when you start like this. But we hope that we can at least share our message and share who we are, and people will get something from that. All right, so I will talk to you guys later. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.